purpose of this presentation is to provide the beginner teacher an overview of the effective pedagogical practices for teaching the whole child. This is by no means a comprehensive look at all the educational theories and practices involved in producing quality academic outcomes. Rather, it should be viewed as a guide to consider some of the important principles related to student well-being, effective teaching practices, and the school environment. The presentation will focus on the learning theories of constructivism and communities of practice and give examples of these for the primary teacher and classroom. Firstly, let's take a look at some important factors in relation to student well-being and pastoral care. It is important for a beginner teacher to remember that for any purposeful learning to occur, a student must first and foremost feel supported, physically and emotionally healthy, and open to trust. A teacher must build a safe, welcoming, and trusting place to learn and form strong relationships to encourage students in reaching their full potential. The teacher must openly embrace student diversity and promote equity amongst all, whilst also having empathy for individual student needs. Something as simple as providing a bowl of fruit in the morning for students that may or may not have received breakfast, or even remembering to say hello or goodbye, or inquire about a student's weekend, can go a long way to promoting health and well-being, building resilience, and ultimately enhancing academic care. The learning theory of communities of practice has a lot of ties with the proactive and cooperative nature of pastoral care. By definition, communities of practice are groups of people who share a concern or a passion for something they do and learn how to do it better as they interact regularly. While the academic outcome of this theory can be an effective teaching practice on its own, its true value can be seen in how cooperative learning encourages tolerance and further opportunities for children to see other perspectives, resulting in better relationships between different groups of children, increased self-esteem, and more acceptance of others. Next, let's explore some effective teaching practices for producing quality academic outcomes. There are a number of different learning theories and educational practices that a beginner teacher can embrace in the classroom. One of these theories is the constructivist model, in which learners construct knowledge for themselves. Each learner individually and socially constructs meaning as he/she learns it. In this theory, noted researchers Piaget and Vygotsky both commented that the teacher's role was less about instruction and more about facilitation. The process of engagement with the adult enabled them to refine their thinking of their performance to make it more effective. It is important to note that the different pedagogies and theories that exist can be applied and delivered in a number of unique ways. The variety of activities and learning experiences a teacher uses in the classroom are chances for students to learn new information and/or practice what they already know, as demonstrated in Edgar Dale's Cone of Experience. Students can thrive in a setting that is stimulating and supportive, offers opportunities for students to receive recognition and experience success, and allows for authentic learning and student engagement. Reflection, discussion, collaboration, and provision of feedback are also some key teaching tools that tie in very well with both the constructivist and communities of practice models. Lastly, let's delve into the school environment, in particular classroom management and resources. In the modern day classroom, management issues and resource application have become a lot more student-centered and collaborative in nature. The idea of classroom management covers a range of different ideas, including behaviour management, discipline strategies, expectations of student needs, instructional factors, and relationships. One particular way to give students a sense of ownership of their class is to hold a class meeting at the beginning and/or end of the week to discuss, question, and reflect on how the class is managed. It is about taking the I and you out of it and embracing the we and us of it. When it comes to classroom resources, the most effective learning comes when students feel involved in the application of the available resources. Something as simple as a reading corner, looked after and managed by students, or even the layout of the room can have an enormous effect on producing good academic outcomes. Gone are the days of students sitting at their desks in rows reciting and copying the information presented to them. Nowadays, students are given more freedom to interact with each other, engage in group activities, and decide on where, how, and who they are sitting with. It is also important to note that student ownership of the classroom can be achieved through engaging students in displaying their work for their class and school to see and learn from. And with more and more technology being embraced in the classroom, resources such as computers, iPads, and interactive whiteboards have enabled learning to occur much more collaboratively. In summary, this presentation has offered the beginner teacher a range of ideas and resources related to student wellbeing, educational theories and classroom management. This should be viewed as a starting point for further investigation into effective pedagogical practices for teaching the whole child. The beginner teacher has a multitude of resources available at the click of a button, and the importance of collaborating with peers, colleagues and experienced educators cannot be underestimated. Each child in each school in each of our communities deserves to be healthy, safe, engaged, supported and challenged. That's what a whole child approach to learning, teaching and community engagement really is.